Hey everyone, today I have my June favorites and I have a really good list of products, but I actually wanted to start the video out with an experience, which I don't normally do, but this happened on June 1st, the very first of the month, and I have thought about it so many times since then. The whole day started with just a single comment from my youngest sister, Summer, saying she wanted to relive our childhood a bit and go visit the Natural Bridge. Now, if you don't live in Virginia, and probably even if you do live in Virginia, not a lot of people knew what I was talking about when I said that that's what I was taking a day off work for. It's really what it sounds like. It is a gigantic natural bridge, and I think one of the presidents owned it back in the day. And when we went as children, it was privately owned, and I think in the past couple years, it's become a state park. So when you get down there, it's really, the bridge is the only thing to see. So other than take pictures and be goofy, there's not a lot to do. So when we were done with the bridge part, one of my sisters said that we needed to go and check out a nearby safari park, and it was very close by, and it was so much fun. It's just a huge amount of land, and the animals have free range, and there is a dirt road. And I believe that there were carts that you could actually get somebody to drive you around, but you could also take your own vehicle, and you would buy buckets of feed and put down your windows, and the animals, they knew exactly what was going on. They had figured it out, and the second my mom started driving, just all animals from everywhere in every single window just sticking their entire heads in trying to get to this feed, and it was so much fun. I took some video footage just to kind of piece together a little video to send out to everybody, and it was so hard to edit it because I couldn't help from laughing just watching us shriek and giggle at all these animals. So if you live anywhere near the area, I can't remember if I said, but it's about 2.5 or 3 hours away from where I live. It was quite the experience. So I'll put a link to the Natural Bridge and the safari park down below. This is another June favorite, and I'm currently using it because it is so hot outside. It's like 94 degrees, but this is the Rifle Paper Company and Corkcicle collaboration. I love a rifle collaboration. They could do a different one each month and I would be so excited. So I did feel a little bit like I was cheating on my all-time favorite water bottle, which is the little marble swell one, and I don't know what it is about that. It's something about the shape is so gratifying and perfect to me. The only downside for myself is that it doesn't fit in the cup holders in my car. So that was a little bit annoying, but I still loved it and I use it all the time. And I would always tell my mom, like, you have to get one of these stainless steel ones. They're so great because they keep your water cold for so long. But she really likes a straw, and she didn't like how big and wide open the mouth of that one was. So when we saw these, you could actually do an add-on on the Rifle Paper Company website to get this top that has 2 straws that come with it. So it kind of ticked both of our boxes. I love it so much, and my mom is just amazed at how cold it stays. So if you haven't tried a stainless steel water bottle and you like to keep water on your desk and you'd like it to stay colder for longer, these are worth it. And of course, these are so pretty, and it was kind of hard to choose which pattern I wanted. So if you ended up ordering one of these two, I would love to know what pattern you chose. Okay, for skincare, I have a couple of products that, don't worry, I will not talk about the vitamin C serum any more than I already have. I have been using it for a very long time and repurchased it multiple times. It's more about the concoction. Drunk Elephant, that's one of their big things, is mixing these skincare cocktails. So I dabbled in that a little bit more in June, and I've come up with my favorite one. So it started out with using the vitamin C serum and the B-Hydra intensive gel, and this is a side note, but it just made me think of it. Jared's been traveling a lot, and he'd been gone for quite a while, and he got to come home, and then he was home for about a week, and then there was an emergency and he's gone again. And so kind of been doing my own thing in the house, and one of the things I did was buy a mini fridge to put in our bathroom for all my skincare products. I cannot wait for him to see that and to hear his commentary, but it makes putting this B-Hydra gel, I mean, it's already wonderful to put on at room temperature, but when it's a little bit chilly, just perfect, absolutely perfect for the heat wave that we're currently having. So I take 1 pump of the vitamin C serum for brightness, 1 pump of the B-Hydra for just the extra boost of moisture, and then I've started adding in this, and this is brand new, and Drunk Elephant sent it to me sometime last month, right before it launched. This is the D-Bronzi Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum. So the first day I used this, I used way too much, and it does have a bronzing effect, and my face was an entirely different color than my chest. So I've learned that I need just the tiniest amount, and I love mixing it into these 2 products and applying it all over. It does give a little bit of glow and a little bit of color, and I just think it's just absolutely perfect for this time of year when I don't want to have to wear a foundation if I don't have to. So just this little bit of color, I feel like kind of gets me that I can get away with just wearing a concealer if I'm going to work or something like that. So if you haven't tried kind of coming up with concoctions with your Drunk Elephant products, I think it's something worth checking out. And if you also subscribe to their email list, every once in a while they'll send out like a new thing that you can try. And so it's kind of fun to experiment with skincare. Building off the skincare routine, I don't want to add on a heavy foundation because it's not really just the heat here, it's the humidity, and it just makes everything feel like it's weighing down upon you. So I want to keep it as light as possible. I'll still use a corrector and concealer underneath my eyes, but I don't want to go for a full foundation. Do have a lot of redness and some enlarged pores. I found a cool product that kind of helps me with both of those things. This is from the brand Nudestix. It's the Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. It didn't come in a lot of colors, but I really don't feel like it needed to have a huge range because you get only the slightest amount of coverage from this. Like if you're looking at a scale, like the very, very lightest amount. So I have it in light 2, and I love that it's this little twist up crayon. And all I do is after I get through with rinse my face in the shower, apply those 3 products mixed together, a little eye cream, and then my SPF. I'll let all that sink in for a bit, and then I'll draw this on just where I need it, around my nose, a little bit where I have some enlarged pores, right between my eyebrows, and if I feel like it, a little bit on my chin. And I'll either blend it out with a kabuki brush if that's handy, or with my finger. And really, again, I'm not getting much coverage at all, but it does a great job of blurring and smoothing over any pores. And then I'll set it with a little bit of the RMS powder and I'm good to go. This is actually from the same brand, but I didn't buy it at the same time. This was a recommendation from Alana Davison in one of her videos. So it's from Nudestix as well, and it's one of their cream blushes in the shade Bareback, and it's a beautiful, little bit mauvey, very neutral colored blush, but it just melts into the skin. So it kind of is just going with that whole vibe of just barely there, very lightweight makeup. Then if I'm feeling like adding a little bit of extra color, I've been going in with the Lila B Sun-Kissed Bronze Beauty Bronzer. This is a gorgeous shimmery bronzer. It's quite a bit more expensive than my normal Physicians Formula one, but I thought I want to just embrace the glow and just go full on with a shimmery bronzer. This one is absolutely beautiful. So if you need a little summer splurge, just a little treat for summer, I think that's gorgeous. And then something else that I saw on a YouTube channel, no shame, I found this channel at the beginning of the year looking up Meghan Markle makeup videos, and it's Matilda, and she is known for mostly just showing her hands, and she does a lot of celebrity makeup bags, and she just talks with such passion about makeup, and it just reminded me of why I got into watching YouTube videos in the first place, just to be around people who really liked makeup products. So one thing she talks about quite often and showcases on her Instagram a lot is this lip balm brand. And one day my friend Ashley and I were in the city, and she wanted to go to Milk to have one of their desserts, that cake that they're famous for, and afterwards I asked if she wouldn't mind to walk to a beauty store, and it wasn't close by, but I felt like, well, if we're already here and we needed to walk off the cake a little bit. So it's called Ivy Wild, and it's new. It opened not that long ago. Absolutely beautiful in there. They have this amazing deep green turquoise accent wall, and they carry brands like Kosas. Then there was a brand I hadn't heard of before called Saint, which looked really pretty. So I think the next time I go in there, I want to check that out. But they had a display of these lip balms. So I was so excited to see them in person, and I'm gonna go with Oleo Ioso. I don't know, it's from Portland, Oregon. Of course, I will have a link down below, but I chose number 3. And again, kind of like the whole vibe of what I've been going for is lightweight, barely there, but still very pretty makeup. And this gives the most beautiful kind of crushed berry tone to the lips. And then just recently, last week, I went to another natural beauty store in the city, Take Care in Georgetown. They were having a Kirsten Weiss event. Actually, Kirsten, who is the owner of Kirsten Weiss, was there, and I missed out on getting a ticket for her actual class, but they had a media preview where you could come a little bit early and meet Kirsten, and it was such an amazing experience, really made so amazing because of how nice she was, and she was so genuinely interested in everybody there. And again, kind of like Matilda, you could just tell she just honest and truthfully loves makeup, and it's so fun being around people like that. She actually just added to my makeup with some of the new products they were launching. It was kind of surreal because I watch her YouTube videos all the time, and she has such a soothing voice. So it was very cool to hear her talking and then feel her applying the new products. So out of the new collection, I bought 2 items. I bought one of their cream blushes, and this is in the shade Reverence. Reverence is much more cool toned than the other Kirsten Weiss cream blushes that I have in there. Cream blushes, I think that's one of the products they're most well known for. It's an absolutely beautiful formulation. And then compared to the Nudestix blush, the Nudestix is more mauve, and this is more of a true cool tone pink. So I was really excited that this was gonna work for me. I wasn't 100% sure until I tried it on. Cool blushes can sometimes look a little bit off, but I'm really happy with it, and that's what I'm wearing today. And then the other product I bought, this I think is perfect, another perfect product for summer. It's their lip color in the shade Faded. So this is a swatch of it right here, and it pulls very coral on me. I think it's gorgeous, and I have it on today, topped off with just a little bit. This is the Bobbi Brown Crushed Lip Color in Lilac. So I just have that dabbed over the top of Faded. So I've been really happy with both of those. And again, it was so cool to meet Kirsten and just to meet her in the flesh. It was just a very cool experience. For hair care, I had such great success with that kind of charcoal scrubby shampoo from Briogeo. I decided to try something else from the line. This is their Be Gentle, Be Kind Matcha and Apple Replenishing Superfood Shampoo and Conditioner. I feel like I'm very particular about shampoo because my hair is hard to manage, and I feel like shampoo, I just can tell right away. Like the first time I use it, as soon as I go to blow dry or style my hair, I can just tell if it's left my hair too weighed down or too stripped, and this is just right in the middle. I feel like this really cleans my hair, but then when I go in with the conditioner, it's adding back that moisture, and my hair has felt really good all month. So you can see how much I've used of it. I'm not even halfway through, but at this point, I think I would repurchase it. So as I continue to use it up, I'll keep you up to date. And then I'm more of a dress person like today, but something about that Madewell skirt that I shared in a video or two back has kind of turned me back on into skirts, and I have worn that one to death. And my mom a couple of weeks ago was like, I think there's a skirt at Loft you would really like. Honestly, she said it looked like a dish towel and she thought I would like it, but I do. And it is similar to the Madewell one in that it's A-lined and striped. This one though, probably didn't need both, but this one is much more dressy, I feel. The Madewell one is perfect with sandals. I could even get away with tennis shoes, and this one looks great with kind of dress high heel sandals. And it also has a sash that I can tie if I feel like it. And I've been wearing this one with nicer t-shirts. I have linen blend t-shirts, one in black and one in kind of a muted army green. They both look really good with the skirt. So between this one and the Madewell one, that's kind of been my look for the past month. You might have seen on Instagram, one thing I really wanted to work on this summer was taking pictures with my actual cameras and not always relying on my phone. I mean, phones are so convenient and they're always there, but there's something about really taking the time and then going through and editing pictures that I didn't even realize that I was missing until I have a Facebook account and I haven't been active on it for a very long time, but for work I've been on it more often. And one day I just went back through and looked at all my old pictures, and it was so nice, and I just was like, oh yeah, the quality is so nice when I actually take the time to use my DSLR and spend some time editing. So that's something I've wanted to do more of this summer, and I already have been, and something that's helped me with that is my camera bag. I don't think I've talked about it before. I've had it for a while, and I know I've shared pictures on Instagram, so I've told people about it, but it's from the brand Gata, and it's smaller, but it's also very cute, so it makes it fun to wear in place of a purse. So it's so small that it will only hold my DSLR and one other lens, and there's a pouch in the front that's just big enough to slip in my phone, a card, lip balm maybe, and a key. So it's very small, but it's still functional. So it's perfect on days where, you know, I'm going on a little day trip into the city with my sister and I want to have my nice camera, or just want to bring it, you know, just in case to a family event that I feel like whipping out my camera and taking some pictures. So that's helped me have my camera be a little bit more accessible. So if you're looking for a very pretty, stylish camera bag, I will insert some footage of it so you can see and have it linked down below. Last but not least, I have a book recommendation. I don't have it in front of me. It's one that my friend Sarah let me borrow, and she's a part of that Book of the Month club, and I think this was the Book of the Month a month or two ago. She enjoyed it, so she brought it to me, and it's called How to Walk Away. I don't remember the author's name, so I'll have to look it up from my Goodreads and put it down below. But if you're looking for a perfect beach or poolside read that has a little bit more depth to it, I think this one would kind of fit that bill. And it deals with a tragic accident that happens just right away. But it deals with it in kind of a light-hearted, I don't know if that's the right word for it, because she does, the woman, the main character does have this huge struggle to overcome. But there are some parts where I laughed, there's some parts where I was like, I can't believe she said that, and there is a romance. So I think it kind of ticks a lot of boxes to be a really good summer read, and I felt very good after I read it, and that it was a little bit inspiring. And then the only other book I actually finished this morning, so I don't know if I can technically call it a June favorite since we're in the beginning of July, all about budgeting, which is not my normal topic choice. Actually, that's probably one of the good things that's happened because of Jer having traveled so much this year, is that I've had to have a lot bigger of a part in money matters. And I've always been the spender and he's always been the saver. And we've been together for so long that he's just kind of, it just naturally fell to him to do most of the money stuff. So since he's been gone, I've had to be a lot more involved, and his budget is it's on an Excel spreadsheet and it's very cut and dry, and I kind of couldn't get into it. So I thought, well, maybe if I have a budgeting app, that would be a little bit more fun and more interactive. And I found one called YNAB, you need a budget. And before I downloaded it and started the free trial, I saw that the creator of the app had also authored a book by the same name, and it's his 4 budgeting principles. I went into it not really having high expectations, but it was very good, and he has a very positive outlook. Like, budgeting always feels like, oh, sad, you can't have any fun, but it's the complete opposite. It's more of just being in control of your money and having goals, defining your priorities of things that are important to you. So again, I just finished it this morning. I just downloaded the app onto my desktop and onto my phone, and I've started kind of carrying everything over and figuring out. So it's not a review of the app at all. I'll have to use it for a much longer time before I can tell you if I recommend it. But the book itself, if you're looking to kind of understand budgets and the purpose a little bit more, I think it was fantastic. So again, that's kind of like an early July favorites. That is all I have for my June favorites, and I would love to know if you have a book recommendation, because I don't know what I'm gonna read next, or if there is a beauty product you've really been loving, leave it in a comment down below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you again very soon.